Well, I guess this is it. It's snowing out. So, hi there. It's November 25. Happy birthday, Scott. See, I remember these dates. Tomorrow is Trevor's birthday. Happy birthday, Trevor, tomorrow. Okay, guys. Dawn's back. Again, is not the perfect camera angle, but I'm just too lazy to set something up, and I don't have a closet or a cupboard or a corner because I'm too new at these things and still trying to figure out what I have to say, right? So right now, Grandma on the Hill. We will become Grandma on the Hill. Um, I've been around a long time. I live in Canada, traveled a fair bit, but because I live in Canada, I can now smoke pot, and so this isn't a problem. I can smoke pot. I am retired, you see. Now, if I had to go to work, I don't think I could smoke pot all day, every day. Well, I know I couldn't because, I did work for decades. And that's something, nowadays, the youth don't thank the Lord and thank the heavens that there's all kinds of new technologies and jobs, creations of not just new jobs, not just more of the old jobs, but a whole new levels of study and things like even the marijuana in Canada, for example. We can go to the pot store, and all those kids, and they're not all kids, but mostly they're under 30, anyways, who are the salesmen there. They they know their products. They know the differences between. They can almost. They know the differences between the indica and the sativa, and whether you want, if you smoked pot before or not smoked pot before. They know all of this, and around in Canada, at least in Quebec, they know all the details in two languages. So I'm very proud of them. But the point being that there's still a lot of study going on with cannabis, for medicinal reasons, and and here, as I sit here and I talk about the possibility, about, indica, sativa, because that's the little bit of stuff that I understand and that I know. Let's see if we can get that up higher. And the fact is that there's so much more to cannabis than just those two traits, genes, whatever, And, well, that didn't work so well. How's this done? Pa bonne, pa bonne. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. And that's even worse than it was before. What made me think it was going to help? I don't know. So, how far can I push this? I'm not sure how far I can push this. Ease that up a bit first. Oh! I think that's as far as I can push it. I still haven't learned about editing. But what I was talking about was marijuana and how, it's a whole new industry in a lot of different ways. Because, for example, we're learning about this in Canada. Because in Canada, it's been legalized. And so the government has I don't know the actual details. Don't use me as a source for this information. Just use me as perhaps an inspiration for your own research, okay? But, for example, in Canada, yeah, whole new industries because the government has taken up growing different strains of marijuana, which first of all they have to get the seeds, right, where they get those seeds, but then the government has also provided licensing to civilian citizens who can meet, you know, like a usual set of red tape criteria, such as having 100 acres to grow it on, or 15 greenhouses, or 12 tunnels, or something, you know, and a real business plan. It's not just, oh, Joe down the road, you know, said he'll grow pot for you, ha ha ha. You know, I mean, it's a business plan, a serious business plan. So first, there's the cultivators or the farmers. There's the breeders who change, who do the. I don't know. I probably will use incorrect words in this because I don't know this study yet either. I just know that it's there. You know. So one, we got the kids, people who learning about it and about this that are selling it in the stores legally for the government. So it's a constant upgrade of education, right? Um, we have two, the people, the scientists, the breeders, or I mean the cultivators, the ones that are growing it. They get the seeds and that are growing it either in greenhouses or, as I said, tunnels or in the fields or whatever. And we get the scientists who are playing around with, like, you know, which ones are better and why, what's the strengths of this and that. We've got also the scientists and people talking about CBD as being a really better than willow bark aspirin as a pain relief and as a nausea relief. And it's, you know, and you don't have to get high to get the CBD. It's a separate, it's not THC that can get you high. So we talk about CBD in pot, we talk about THC in pot, we talk about terpenes. There's the different sort of smells and tastes, the lemony or piney or musky. They all have different, you know, possibly it's looking like the human brain has different receptors to accept different ones. And so like a Lego thing, what, you know, you can build different pathways by using different terpenes. Now this itself is a completely new field of study. And I mean, people know for a long time that there's terpenes in it, but what the terpenes do, is it just taste? Is it just smell? Is it just flavor? You know, or. So the fact is that it's opened up this whole new realm of possible studies and possible jobs and possible employment that never existed in our society in this cycle of humanity before. I mean, yeah, people can come back at me and say, oh, they were shaman way back thousands of years ago. Yes, I agree. But as a mass study and a scientific study at that, you know, it's not just, you know, stoners saying, hey, this one makes me tired, and hey, this one makes my brain go clickety click click, which is what it is for me. And there's all these new hybrids, so there's like actual breeders too. It's like making cheese. I don't know. It's like, you know, it's sterile, proper. Even like breeding horses, you know, it's like there will be criteria, there will be prerequisites, there will be defining factors of all these things, which just haven't quite been built yet because we haven't thought to look into this before. So, and that's just one field of study, and that's on a plant. That's on a simple plant that grows everywhere in the world. Yeah, maybe not in the Arctic and Antarctic, except it grows really well in tunnels and caves, and, you know, with proper lighting and heat, you can grow it anywhere, but mostly it can grow like a weed. So, yes, I am pro-pot advocate, and I guess this whole thing is about pro-pot, you know. I have seen that really, like when I grew up, the pot that I grew up with was not the pot that exists today. The pot that exists today, some of it can actually be, you know, psychotropic. It can almost hallucinogenic. I mean, depending on your brain, depending on your studies, depending on your fear level in life. You know, I've pretty much eliminated most of that. Mind you, I became a Facebook junkie in the winters, you know. Dog videos, you know. I am a bit of a dog fan. Tink, 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 tink. What was I going to say? Oh, it was good. But once again, my mind moved over this way to rolling a joint, and so I've sort of temporarily forgotten. Aha. However, now I've just heard my voice. It's a little rough and gruffy, and there is actually this other voice. It's not a fake voice. It's actually just a more conscientious voice. I'm a little more connected to the voice and not only the words. I choose to learn to slow down for a while for a number of different reasons. And one of them is that crackly voice. I remember when I was working, besides the horrible nickname they gave me, Dawnster Monster was the nickname. At any rate, unless this camera worked. I just got tired. Hold on. Can we pause? I wonder.